Hi and welcome to another Mobility for Climbers. We're gonna go through a juicy, flowy warm-up routine before I hop on the wall for climbing. I'm gonna take you through it with me. We're gonna start on all fours today, focusing on warming up each of the major joints of our body so that we're prepared and ready for climbing. Start on all fours, bringing our hands to our mat and just starting to rock our hips from side to side. Maybe we start making some circles with our hips, dropping our hip back and over. A lot of these movements that we're going to do in this mobility warm-up are going to target multiple joints of our body. So starting to just rock forward and back, getting those wrists nice and warm. Maybe start going in circles around our wrists. And then going the other direction. And coming back to center. Now we're going to flip our hands out to the side and rock from side to side. If that's feeling good, maybe we flip our hand facing backwards. Maybe we do both. This can be a little intense, especially if your wrists are tight, but just focusing on rocking forward and back, starting to bring some awareness into our wrists. Maybe we start doing a couple circles here. Really helpful to warm up our wrists as climbers because a lot of the times in climbing, we're not just pulling, we're also pushing, maybe mantle moves, stemming. So really getting those wrists nice and warm. Shaking it out, doing some wrist circles, some finger flicks, bring some blood flow into our hands, really getting that nice and warm. All right, we're gonna start warming up our spine a little bit and connecting our breath with our movements. So inhaling, reaching our arms up, and exhaling down. This time we're gonna inhale the left arm up, reaching long line from the fingers all the way down. Exhale down, and then reaching to the other side. Our warm-up is a chance to connect with our body, listen to any sensations we may be feeling or areas of our body that may need a little more extra care. Shaking it out, bringing some warmth and movement into those shoulder joints, maybe twisting from side to side, letting our arms and our head fling. Might feel some popping. Just flowing with it. Inhaling ourselves up, and we're going to twist to the right, looking over our back shoulder, inhaling up, twisting to the left. We do a lot of twisting and climbing where we might be twisting with our upper body and reaching while activating through our lower body. So this warm-up is really going to get us prepared in our spine for those types of movements. Bringing our hands to our shoulders and starting to do some shoulder circles. When we bend our arms like this, instead of having them out, we're not having to focus on keeping our arms up. We can really focus on our shoulder joint here. So doing some slow and controlled circles. Inhaling and exhaling. Make sure we go both directions. Beautiful. Maybe rolling our neck out from side to side. Awesome. We're going to move through a little yoga sun salutation flow. So coming into our first downward dog, we're going to tuck our toes. Before we lift up, we're just going to sink back into our heels and rocking forward and back, waking up those ankles and our hips a little bit. And then when we're ready, straightening those legs a bit and coming into our first downward dog. Again, in this pose, we're not trying to straighten our legs necessarily. We're really just trying to feel into the movement. So maybe bending one knee and then the other, letting our hips twist. We're pressing through the mat with our hands, activating those shoulders. We're not coming forward, but really settling back and stretching it out. And then lifting our right leg and pushing through the heel, really feeling that long line from the crown of our head to the tips of our toes, maybe point and flex, and then bringing that forward. We might need to walk it forward a little bit. And coming into our lunge, doing a couple lunge pulses here, and then settling in and feeling our feet pressing into the mat like we're trying to pull the mat apart. This mimics that climbing movement when we are putting tension through our toes into the climbing holds. So inhaling, lifting our arms up, and exhaling, coming down, and we're going to twist towards our leg, making sure we're still sinking down into that lunge and just reaching forward, reaching back, imagining that we're reaching for a climbing hold and we're still keeping that pressure through our toes, our weight in our feet as the driver of our movement. And then unwinding and coming into our warrior two. Our front foot is facing forward, our back foot is parallel with the end of the mat, and our heel is about in the middle of the arch of our foot. And sinking down into that, and then inhaling, straightening that leg, reaching up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, reaching up. Flowing through that 2 more times. And really focusing on pushing through our feet to drive the movement. When we come back down, we're gonna windmill our hands, come all the way down and step back to our plank and lower down. Coming up into our up dog. And then back into downward dog. Maybe shake it out a little bit. Shake out the head, shake out the legs. Take a deep breath. All right, inhale, lifting that left leg. Again, we're pushing through our heel, feeling that long line like someone's pulling a string from the crown of our head to the tips of our toes, maybe point and flex. And then bringing that forward into our lunge. Same thing, really rooting into our feet, pushing and driving the mat like we're trying to rip the mat in half, and sinking in to that lunge. Inhaling our arms up, exhaling down and twisting towards our leg, opening up, maybe reaching forward, reaching back, imagining we're reaching for that climbing hold and we're still activating through our feet, and then unwinding, coming into our warrior two. Inhale up, straighten that leg. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more times. Feeling the long line from the tips of our fingers down the side of our body. And then dialing it down, stepping back into plank, lowering down, flipping our toes, pushing up to up dog. And coming back into our downward dog. And from here, you can either walk your feet to meet your hands, or you can do a little handstand hop. Woo! If that's in your practice. And then coming back down, shaking it out. Whew, all right. Starting to feel that heat. We're gonna add a little twist here. Our feet are about hips width distance apart, so 2 fists between our toes. And then placing our left hand on the mat. We're gonna inhale, twist, reaching up, and that left leg can bend a little bit to help us as we deepen. Coming back down, inhale, twisting to the left. Our left hand goes up, our right knee bends, and flowing through that a couple times with our breath. And then inhaling ourselves all the way up. Exhale, coming to center, moving into our wide leg stance. Our toes are pointing out towards the corner of our mats. Our feet are a little bit wider than hips width distance. We're gonna sink down into our goddess pose. So again, doing some gentle pulses, getting used to the sensation of our feet pressing into the mat, and then using that tension through our feet, starting to shift our weight from one side to the other. And just flowing with it, having a little fun, feeling the flow and the movement. Maybe we start to get a little bit deeper. Woo! And then inhale up and exhale back down. Shoulders come down. Inhale up, shoulders slide down our back, sinking into that goddess squat. Inhale up one more time, sinking down. This time, bringing our hands to our quads. We're gonna add a little twist here. So dropping the right shoulder, coming back to center, and dropping the left shoulder. Remembering to keep breathing here. One more, and then inhale up. Hey, shake it out. I don't know about you, but my quads are kind of burning. Whew. Okay, coming back into that wide leg squat. Inhaling up. Exhale down. This time we're going to let our chest fall forward. We're not hunching over, but we're hinging at the hips. So inhaling up and hinging at the hips, letting our hands drop down like we're scooping up a big bundle of flowers. These are our moonflowers. One more, and this time we're gonna stay low and then rotate our feet to where our toes are pointing forward. And we're in our wide leg forward fold. And same thing, we're just gonna start flowing from side to side. Moving from side to side, pushing through our feet. Our hands are the anchor point. And then maybe we add a little reach. Imagine we're reaching for that climbing hold. We're matching our hand to our feet like we do in climbing sometimes, where we need that flexibility and practicing some stability in that pose when we come over and reach. Flowing through that, and then coming back to center. Inhaling halfway up, long flat spine, and then exhaling down. And we're gonna come into our Cossack squat. So we're coming up on the ball of our foot, sitting on our heel, almost like we're in a pistol squat position. And then we're going to rotate through that from side to side. When we come up, we can either point and flex our toe, whatever feels good, but driving from those feet and keeping our hips low as we flow. Turning and looking at the toe. It really gets into the hips and hamstrings. And then coming back into that wide leg. Inhaling up halfway. Exhaling down. And then inhaling all the way up. And coming down. Shake it out. Take it out. Whew. All right, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty warm. And so I'm gonna hit the hangboard really quick, warm up my fingers a little bit, and then hop on the wall. I hope you enjoyed this warm up. And as always, keep making moves.